¿Cómo es la seguridad aquí?
Yo soy policía para esto.
Ah,
Que
sí.
no puedes quedarte
sí,
aquí.
sí.
No puedes quedarte caminando.
Ah, sí.
Ya, y los policías, la seguridad es medio
Ah, sí,
medio.
sí.
La verdad es medio.
¿Qué estás haciendo aquí?
¿Qué estoy haciendo? Visitando Guayaquil, culturas, soy en bonitas presencias, bonitos amigos, me gusta venir, unos diálogos de tantas culturas que hay aquí. Mi vida en antes era diferente y yo desde que estoy con mi familia, mis hermanos, mi padre, agradezco a mi padre, a mi familia que Dios me ha dado. Y él me ayuda todos los días. Salí adelante. Tuve una enfermedad que me postró a la cama.
So we're going to that which is like a notorious area here in Guayaquil.
Even the police is compromised.
I got it.
So it's very dangerous to put a step in.
Was robbed. He got robbed.
Yeah, I got children. Yeah, children. Scaring me a lot.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
They put in danger.
So these areas are insecure.
Oh, police. They check the trucks because they can carry drugs. That's why the police was there only checking the trucks.
Okay. They just did inspection or they found
They
that-
open all and
Oh, it's blocked.
lock it.
Well,
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like too many places in here. It's dangerous.
Oh, like has he had any bad experience over
Ha
here?
tenido alguna mala experiencia organization, but even here we are. They all have
I see.
this level of security.
Okay.
Or do you see?
Yeah.
It's like that.
What's like living in this area?
¿Cómo es vivir aquí en Durán?
Bueno, ahorita está un poco difícil.
Difícil, ¿cómo? ¿Por seguridad o por...?
Ecuador was once considered the region's haven of peace, but over the past 5 years, the national homicide rate skyrocketed from 7 per 100,000 citizens to 47, making Ecuador South America's most murder-afflicted nation.
Belongings unattended. Otherwise, airport security will consider them suspicious objects and will proceed.
Buenos dias, Monica guys. Welcome to my channel. So this is my another trip in South America since Venezuela. So I am now in Ecuador, straddling equator on South America's west coast. I am in the city called Guayaquil. Guayaquil actually has bad reputation with having one of the highest murder rate in the world. In fact, in this January 2024, there was a big news where a recruited gunman sneaked into TV show and took hostage.
Armed men in balaclavas interrupted a live TV broadcast in Ecuador on Tuesday. They stormed the studio a day after President Daniel Noboa declared a national state of emergency, which he later followed with a decree listing 22 gangs as terrorist organizations.
And there's some resume where gangs took over. So accordingly, the government declared national state of emergency, granting government and armed force more power. It said Guayaquil is a port city in Ecuador, known as a gateway to Pacific Beach and Galapagos Island. So in this video, I'd like to let you guys see both aspects of Guayaquil. So in the past, there was Japanese traveler who got killed inside the taxi. I have to be cautious all the time, of course, as always. Buenas tardes.
Hola, buenas tardes.
Sí. gracias, señor.
De nada, hasta luego.
Que tengan buen día.
Igualmente.
Okay, so just came here like cozy place called Melecom 2000, which is made of sculptures and the playground and the river view as you see in front. And so the river in front is Guayas River, which symbolizes Guayaquil is a port city in Ecuador. So here Melecom 2000 seems to be the centerpiece of Guayaquil. Very calm place, and I cannot imagine here is one of the notorious place in the world with having one of the highest murder rate in the world. Alright, so just came here, the center of Guayaquil, just to see the cathedral in front, and our supplies, the number of police in front, you see. So this area doesn't seem to be the safest area.
Agua cielo de 25. Agua.
¿Este frío? ¿Cuánto cuesta?
¿De dónde eres?
Yo soy de Japón.
¿En serio?
Sí,
Sí.
viajando solo aquí.
Ah,
¿Cómo es la seguridad aquí?
aquí la seguridad.
Aquí hay
La
seguridad,
verdad,
pero que hay muchas policías, bastante policía.
Ellos son policía para esto.
Ah,
Que
sí.
no puedes quedarte
sí,
aquí.
sí.
No puedes quedarte caminando.
Ah, sí.
Ya, y los policías, la seguridad es
Ah,
medio
sí,
medio.
sí.
La verdad es medio.
Ok. ¿Me puedo preguntar, te gustaría vivir aquí?
A mí,
Sí.
yo vivo aquí.
¿Prefieres Quito?
A Quito.
Aquí?
Claro, Quito es bonito.
Ah, ok. Pero eres de aquí.
Yo soy Guayaquil.
Ah, sí. Ok, mucho gusto.
Sí, mucho gusto.
Mucho gusto. Que tenga un buen día.
So I'm not sure whether you have noticed or not. Ecuador is the only country in South America which adopts US dollar as a legal tender. Since Ecuador decided to switch their currency, US dollar, back in the year 2000, back then, the inflation rate was notoriously high and unstable.
Disculpe. ¿Cómo es las medidas?
Intermedia.
Intermedia, porque hay muchas policías.
Paro turístico.
Ah, sí. Muchas gracias. Que tengan buen día. Hola,
A ver,
¿cómo estás?
buenas
¿Cómo se llama?
Mabel,
Mabe. ¿Qué estás haciendo aquí?
¿qué estoy haciendo? Visitando Guayaquil, culturas, soy en bonitas presencias, bonitos amigos, me gusta venir, unos diálogos de tantas culturas que hay aquí, trabajadores.
Ah, sí.
que todos
¿En qué
los días-
trabajas?
Trabajo en lavados, en arreglado de casa, así me ayudo
Sí.
para poder sobrevivir. Mi vida en antes era diferente y yo desde que estoy con mi familia, mis hermanos, mi padre, agradezco a mi padre, a mi familia que Dios me ha dado y Él me ayuda todos los días. Salí adelante, tuve una enfermedad que me costó a la cama, pero me levanté.
Sí.
Pido a Dios seguirme levantando. Solo ahorita pido que la gente que me está viendo me ayude a levantar a mi papá porque lo tengo en una cama, que él no puede salir adelante, que está enfermo, postrado. Y solo pido que algún día Dios es muy grande, me lo va a levantar. Y de eso lloro. Si mi hermana me está escuchando en Estados Unidos, regrese.
Sí.
Que la necesitamos, porque es una niña hermana que se fue a Estados Unidos. Le doy las gracias. Adiós.
Adiós. Es que soy de Chino.
Ajá, sí.
No,
una
de
amiga.
Japón.
Bueno, amigo, amigo.
¿Conoces a Japón?
Somos amigos, cultureños,
¿Tiene amigos de Japón?
amigos, sí.
¿Amigos de Japón?
Sí,
Oh, sí.
sí.
Ah, ok.
Trabajé en algo,
Ah,
en
ok.
empresas.
Ok. Mucho gusto.
Sí, sí.
Que
Gracias.
tengas buen día.
Gracias.
They're gonna be looking after me here, so we're going to what's the place called? Duran?
Yeah.
Like, which is like a notorious area here in Guayaquil.
Duran by day is a place of nervous desolation, where emaciated cattle graze on dusty streets. Ecuador was once considered the region's haven of peace, but over the past 5 years, the national homicide rate skyrocketed from 7 per 100,000 citizens to 47, making Ecuador South America's most murder-afflicted nation. Duran is 3 times worse, 147 murders per 100,000 citizens last year.
Have you guys been to Duran before?
No. No, not at all. It's city.
It's more dangerous.
It's dangerous
Uh-huh.
some zones.
Okay.
Not all, but
Uh-huh.
some.
What is like principal reason the city dangerous?
There is no control. There is
There is no control.
Yeah, because I heard the place is currently taken over by gangs members.
Yes, even the police is
Yeah,
compromised.
I got it.
So it's very dangerous
Uh-huh,
to put a
uh-huh.
step in.
Was robbed in the
He got robbed.
yeah
Yeah, I got.
Where?
I got up.
in a bus.
So in general, do you guys think it's safe living in Guayaquil? Not only the most dangerous place, Duran, but also like.
Guayaquil is divided by many zones.
Uh-huh.
Some zones are very dangerous.
Houses.
Okay.
Houses.
South part is more like
Dangerous.
Dangerous.
More- Tell him the story.
Traffic is crazy over here.
Children.
Yeah, children.
Scaring me a lot.
Oh my god, that's so crazy.
They put in danger.
Yeah.
It's quite dangerous. So these areas are insecure.
Yes. There's so much tremendous.
Do you mind asking you guys? Although Ecuador used to be like peaceful island, like very peaceful country, but recently year Ecuador seen like steep rise in violence. So do you think what caused Ecuador to be more like, I would say, dangerous country?
It's many factors. I would say that first, it's our politics. Our politics are very problematic. Many corruption in many levels. Not only in the high levels. It's just even in the little scales of our society, in the public sector, or even in the private, and we can't control that. In the second, I would say the narco traffic. The narco traffic is very problematic in the country. We are in a country that is in a very specific part of of South America, and we are just in a line that is Venezuela, Colombia, Peru, for all the narco traffic to pass. So all these factors, our country is so dangerous. Yes. Even I that was robbed the last week, I could say that our country is not safe.
Okay. So would you think like the country used to be much more safer previously, like when you were a child?
Yes. Our country was safer.
I see.
There's no so much robbed. I could say that.
Yeah, in the perspective of economy, Ecuador is the only one country in South America which adopt US dollar as a legal tender. Is it right?
Yes, we have a dollar, like our economy.
Like,
for our
the
economy.
country used to have their own currency before, right? But since the inflation level got like
Yes, we have in the
extremely
98.
high,
In
yeah.
the 98 was it was a feriado bancario.
Yeah.
That was the
It's
name.
insane,
People in our
yeah.
country immigrate to another. There is a huge way for all of people. Just like Venezuela right now.
Yeah.
It was so much families separated.
Yeah, okay, I see.
It was very a problem, very sad for our history.
I see.
But I love my country. I love Ecuador. Even
Me
with
too.
all these problems,
I
even
see.
with all that, I love our food. I love our beaches.
Okay.
I love our mountains.
Okay, I see.
Our Oh, police.
What happened?
They check the trucks because they can carry drugs.
They just-
That's why the police was there only checking the trucks.
Okay. They just did inspection or they found
They
that?
open all and just
So
I
we
saw-
just came to the center of Tehran at this time. No one's here actually. Like roads are empty. Kids are they are beggars.
in a motorcycle. A mom, a dad, and a children. They don't deserve the life. They just be like that.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry for that.
Oh my gosh. Ah, it's blocked. That's
Oh, it's blocked.
blocked.
What
Yeah.
happened? Okay.
Don't keep going. Don't keep going.
No, it's so you go straight.
No,
It's okay, it's okay.
Yeah,
your
nothing.
suspension is not very well.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
there
didn't
is
imagine
really
that.
Oh my gosh.
You okay, sir? I'm so surprised that the road condition got much different from the area where we are. Gosh, worse than it seems like. So has the area still taken over by gang members here?
Yes, our country has already. I already know 3 of them. The wolves, the tigers, los lobos, los tiguerones.
So we walk around Duran, which is north notorious area here in Ecuador.
Disculpa, señor. Buenas noches. Le voy a hacer una pregunta a mi amigo. Yo le ayudo.
What's like? Can you ask me what's it like living in this area?
¿Cómo es vivir en Durán?
Safe living?
¿Cómo es vivir en Durán?
Sometimes it's dangerous.
Pregunta si es muy peligroso. Yes.
Are there any gangs or like is there any possibility for us to get caught in a gunshot or?
Dice si es posible recibir algún disparo o algo así. ¿Qué lugares fueran los más peligrosos de aquí? Dice too many places in here is dangerous.
Oh, like
Are dangerous, yes.
Like, has he had any bad experience over
¿Ha
here?
tenido alguna mala experiencia aquí?
Oh, no,
No.
Okay. Well, the situation here got secured than like previous, or
La
like,
situación se va más peligrosa mientras más avanzamos. Depending where we
okay.
be.
I see. Mucho gusto. Me llamo Taku. Soy de Japón.
Es de Japón.
Sí.
Él es de Japón.
Sí. Mucho gusto.
Gracias por ayudar.
Gracias.
What a stadium. It's for airport. No, it's so dangerous here. And we are next to. This is our urbanization, but even here, we are. They all have
I see.
this level of security.
Okay.
Or do you see?
Yeah.
It's like that. Because every part.
Okay. What's like living in this area?
¿Cómo es vivir aquí en Durán?
Ah, bueno, ahorita es un poco difícil.
¿Difícil cómo? ¿Por seguridad o por...?
Por seguridad
Por seguridad.
por la seguridad y ahorita el negocio casi no hay mucho.
No, siento
Pero
mucho.
bueno, ahí estamos luchando. Ajá.
Entiendo.
¿Qué vendes?
Canguil de sal y de dulce,
Ah, sí.
Qué rico.
¿Cuánto cuesta?
50.
Oh, 50. ¿Te gustaría vivir aquí o...?
¿Te gustaría ir a otro lugar?
Ah, bueno, aquí tengo mi hogar. Aquí estamos, aquí en mi familia, en mi casa. No, ya no puedo ir a otro lado.
Me entiendo.
¿De dónde eres? ¿Eres de Venezuela o aquí?
No, yo soy de Ecuador.
Ah, Ecuador.
Ajá.
Porque
Cualquiera.
creo que hay muchas venezolanos.
Sí, hay venezolanos.
Ah,
pero-
Bastante.
Ajá.
Bastante. What does he want the government to do to make Ecuador better?
O sea, ¿qué es lo que debería hacer el gobierno para hacer el país mejor?
Ah, bueno, ya no, ahorita estamos esperando con la ayuda de Dios. La situación está a nivel mundial difícil.
Only God could help us.
Ah, okay. Okay. Okay, muchas gracias.
Ya.
Muchas gracias, muy amable señora.
Ya, que
Se lo
Dios
agradezco
bendiga.
muchísimo.
¿Puedo pedir una cosa?
Quiero uno de esos.
Sí.
Ya.
Okay. ¿Otro?
Canguil de dulces.
Ah, ¿es de dulce?
Ajá.
Ok, es de dulce, por favor.
Ajá.
Él viene de muy lejos.
Ah,
Japón.
Ah, sí, soy de Japón. Me llamo Taku.
ya.
Mucho gusto.
Está bien.
Here is more like secure than I expected.
Ah, que él dice que aquí es más seguro de lo que él esperaba. Pero es porque no
sí.
conoce que aquí en Durán hay otras
Ah.
zonas que son mucho más peligrosas.
Sí.
Claro, por afuera.
Para afuera,
Ajá,
sí.
para
Ya
afuera.
llegando como para allá. Sí, por la zona industrial. Eso sí veo, sé que es
Sí,
feo.
aquí por lo que estamos aquí en el centro, que está la gente entrando a jugar, pero ya hay así para afuera, por las orillas.
Del río, sí.
Sí,
Eso
un
sí es
poco
como
peligroso.
feo, sí.
So we're just back to the safe place.
Yes.
Right. So we now head for a Japanese restaurant in Guayaquil, which is very popular. Right?
Yeah.
Buenas tardes. Buenas tardes. So what is this? This is a ceviche, but it's like mixed with the Japanese food.
Yeah. No, pero cevichado.
Ceviche, but it's like Japanese style, right?
It's a Japanese version.
How was the ramen?
We can see another reality for people, for another Ecuadorians. We can see another lives, how they could live in all that problems like
Yeah.
robbers or
Yeah, I saw the worst side of Ecuador. It's very different from Ecuador.
there are bad people and good people in all this place, in all this world.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But are people in warm.
Yeah, people are world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what do you guys have the future for Ecuador to make the countries better? What should government do?
It's too many things. It's years of work. in Laos, infrastructure of education of the minors, because children learn and they see sometimes how easy it is to being dangerous people.
So I think that
We see the easy money.
I just hope the countries get better and better as it used to be.
yeah.
Okay, gracias, gracias.
That's all for today's video. Please keep in mind that the experience I had in this video covers a small area of the country which most tourists will never see. I actually could really enjoy spending the rest of my days exploring some great spots in Guayaquil, as long as we adhere to conventional travel habits such as avoiding walking outside alone after the sunset. It isn't hard to travel the place with some problem. However, it is clear that the situation in Ecuador is deteriorating, as demonstrated by numerous indications. Duran is the place that best represents it. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope see you in another country.